Good evening and welcome to the show. This is Mr. Cain, live in the studio with my special guest today, Newman. Welcome, Kai. How you doing?
Not too bad, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Good for coming in. Today we're going to be discussing with Kaya his journey through music and how he evolved from where he came from. And this guy's a legend. He's been around for a very long time. I remember working with Kaya over some years at the Newman Town show where he performed. Fantastic show, a legend as an artist, and also with the band that he's worked with. So, Kai, let's get straight into the interview. Can you give me a backstory of how it all began for you as a recording artist?
For me as a recording artist, I would say I started recording about 78.
Okay.
With Bertie Grant and Max Asher from Soul Syndicate and my band at the time, Movements.
Okay, so is that Bertie from S&G days? Is that the same?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
UB40 and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what else actually happened during that time? And although you started recording, but just give us a quick journey of how you actually got into the studio and where it began from there.
How I came into it.
Yes, that would be interesting too.
Well, I was about 6 years old. I was amongst a group of men where I'd be in the house in and out frequently from I was about 6, and I left that area from I was 9 until I was 12. My brethren, we was building a little sound system, and my brethren said, "Let's go and look for his Uncle Bert." My brethren, Walton Miller. So we took a long walk, and then I realized I used to live around here. And we knocked the door, and he said, "Son, you come back and look for us." And we went in, and he gave us a record box because we said we were going to build a sound system. That sound system at that house was Sir Doc Nation, known as Sir Nation Sound.
So even at that age, you was getting music sent to like boxes of music at the age of...
At that age.
What age was that again?
That's from 12, 13 years old.
12, 13 years old, wow.
Yeah, and we had our own sound system, it was Sir Nation Youth, known as Jaslata. So we used to play in after school clubs and house parties, birthday parties, our friends' parties, things like that. Yeah,
that's one of the things that I can remember as well. Growing up, everybody had a little sound. It wasn't necessarily a big sound, but they would have a little speaker, little amplifier, and turn up a family house. And I mean, those days where people used to actually go into your house, and just imagine this: you're going to somebody's house to play. They used to take up all their furniture, put it upstairs, and allow you to come in their house with respect and have that party. Yeah. Everybody was getting fed. There was enough love in the house, and so forth. So, which we don't see in nowadays.
That's what was good about it, because not seeing those people for a little while and then going back to them in my early teens. That house was that was Ital Records. There was a label, Ital Records.
I remember Ital Records.
Nationwide Records.
I remember Ital Records, but Nationwide. Okay.
Nationwide, they put out Junior Delgado and those artists on Nationwide Records, which is the same people.
Okay.
And they're like a twin affiliated with Coxsone. So Coxsone know everything about them from back in the day. They started together.
Wow.
So those people kind of raised me.
Yeah.
And so I was amongst all of those international artists of that time. Like I said, the Tappa Zukie, Fred Lux, Dillinger, Trinity.
Wow. These are legends. These are legends in the recording industry.
Yeah.
And what year was that?
That was from 73 right up until the present, and so many of them have passed away.
Wow.
Many superstars passed away. That house, the first time I saw John Hart, I was a teenager. Those are the same people that with Lloydie Coxsone produced and gave it Trevor Walters.
Okay.
I was one of the people that was vouching for Trevor Walters from 2 years before they even took him on.
Wow. Another fantastic singer.
Yeah, that's my brethren,
Wow, Trevor Walters. I remember seeing him on Top of the Pops. I think he was on top. Was he on Top of the Pops? I think he was on Top of the Pops.
I think we Stuck on You on one of those tracks.
Yes, Stuck on You, which was a number one UK in this country, and I think the backing singers, I'm sure it was Janet Janet Cain,
Mm-hmm.
and Carol Thompson was doing the backing vocals on that track.
So I've been in and out of those people's life all my life. You know, I know a lot of international artists.
Wow.
I was raised amongst them, basically.
So, as we can hear, Kaya was a guy who would not just love his music, but he was actually in amongst various legendary artists. He's just named them: Junior Delgado, Tappa Zukie. He was amongst the greats at that time who were actually coming up as young people themselves.
Yeah,
absolutely.
The Wailers, amongst them. I was with them at the Rainbow. You know, that was at that time I was young 12 Tribe. You know, I was at 12 Tribe from I was 12 years old. And so 13, 14, 15, I always been a Rasta from school days in the 70s, you know.
Wow.
So I was appointed buying food for them, being amongst these great people, Ajaman and, you know.
Ajaman Liba.
Yeah.
So all of these artists now that you've been around, so that's a lot to take in as a young man growing up, you know, and seeing those people.
I think it was a lot, but because it was normal.
Yeah. But for somebody who's looking in, it's like, wow, people that probably would love to meet these people, and you're amongst them at such an early age.
Yeah.
So, going on to my next question. So, what artists inspired you when you were growing up? I know there could be a list, Kaya, of artists, but what?
Tell the truth,
really
my favorite artist when I was growing up was Prince Farai, Jazzbo. And love John Holt, because my mum used to play those tunes from when I was young.
Who doesn't like John Holt?
All right. So you know, Slim Smith.
Oh, the legends.
Yeah, and you know, Colonel Campbell.
Yes.
The Gargan.
Yes,
you know.
Yes. Okay, so I mean, is that 1 out of or 4 out of how many? But who was your top favorite?
Top favorite, I've never really had a top favorite. I love music, and I love what all artists bring to the table. As long as it's not negativity, I'm 100%. I love to hear talent. I love to support music. I'm a fan of music. I'm a fan of entertainers.
And love. That's the thing. If you're not putting that out there, was positive.
Yeah, because remember, I come from a day where I've been amongst many great names at the time was struggling.
Yeah,
their deals was bad. They wasn't getting paid. They come for a better life. That some of them heard that people love them here, so they come to see if they could get some of this love and make a living.
Yeah. So the artist, as you said, you were working with a phenomenal artist, as you said, Junior Delgado,
many artists and many struggling.
Wow.
Struggling times, you know.
Wow. And as you said, you know that you mentioned about at the time those artists didn't have no knowledge of the industry, and just to kind of touch on that part there, I remember, it was today actually, I was listening to a clip from one of the last members of the Mighty Diamonds, and he was actually telling his story about how difficult it was in the industry, how they didn't have the right knowledge, and it's only now he's collecting some kind of royalties for his work.
Yeah.
And this is important to all artists out there. Please get your paperwork done, get the knowledge, because you can see these guys, and he said the same thing, it's just love of the music while they're out there, but it's a business. And if you want to earn from it, you have to have things in place, and it's so important that we get skilled up and make sure that we have our paperwork in place.
Yeah.
So my next question, the UK sound system was a place to be heard as an up-and-coming artist. Tell us a bit about those experiences that you had.
My experiences, that sound system vibe start from being underage and going to Errol Dunckly's with my friends and getting on his nerves, him and Auntie Mummy Claire, getting on their nerves, and then leaving from there, going to Dennis Al Capone's house as underage children and getting on his nerves. And playing the little sound just slaughter with Earl Brown, Wally Miller, and, you know, Michael Stewart, a few friends, you know. We was generating that vibe, you know. Yeah, and just trying to be creative with Just Slaughter. But then 75 came, and that sound was on the backbench as youngsters, because children are growing up and some want to do other things, you know.
Yeah.
And an opportunity came to me by Mr. Rupert Clark. He wanted to build a sound, and he said he wanted me and my brother Michael to be a part of it. And we created Chappie Dread sound.
Oh yes, I
And
remember
then
Chappie Dread.
and then that sound transformed into Tough Link and Ebony Love. And then I was working over North London. I was the MC for Safray Sound in the Four Aces.
Okay, wow, we're going back some time now. Four Aces down Dalston.
Yeah, in the 80s, I was the MC for them, and I was founder member and the MC for Jatabi Sound. I'm the original MC for Jatabi Sound. Yes, that's my bird, that's my family. Big up Jatabis, big up the whole crew.
Wow, this guy is...
Big up the whole crew, you know?
He's been on the circuit a long time. You know, some people have been on the circuit, but some people have been on the circuit touring and doing, but this guy's met these people from a
big
very...
up Unity Sound, that's,
a young age.
Know, Unity, you know, that my soldiers, big up all the Unity Massives, you know? Yeah, Jemmy Magic, these are the sounds, right, you know? The 80s coming right through a roll with, you know?
So all these sounds, you was on all of these sounds doing, was you an MC then, or were you just like a kind of wild...
Vocalist, MC, vocalist, and, you know?
You hear it right here, Vision Radio 345, Kaya Newman live in the studio. There's so much to say on
and doing live performances same time, and you know, a lot of studio sessions that never materialized. You know, I never had no releases until 85.
Till 85.
Yeah.
So he's been on the circuit a long time. So so let's get into the recording side of things. Do you remember your first recording session in the studio? Tell us a bit about that. Your first experience.
My first experience in the recording studio, I was not happy. I was unhappy before I got to the studio.
Usually people have to go studio.
My band wasn't ready. I knew they wasn't ready, but they had some work to do for Max Asher. Of Soul Syndicate, and I had an opportunity to do one of my tunes, but the track wasn't played as tight as it should have been. So my lyrical context was equal to the track. So it wasn't something that we could release. It was just a first recording.
So is it more like on a demo thing, or
no? It was supposed to be a 24 master because we had a few hours to use. So we used that to record whilst we was recording for the Dons at the same time, because everything was, you know, to get that product right. But you got some spare time to do something.
To do something else.
You know, but the band at the time, it wasn't really tight, and I wasn't really tight, but. I remember the song, everything. I never forget the day what you did to me. You lied to me. I'll never forget the song. But then I still recorded right up until we created Roots Pool over in North London. And that's when I released Frontline. That was 85, that release. I done that in 83.
So that's when you actually had your first release.
That's my first release recording.
Wow. And amongst all the other things you're doing, did you actually tour on that track, or it was just the fact that you just done the recording? That was it?
I did the recording, but I was always doing like live performances, you know, always getting PA work and still active on the sound system. You know.
That goes without saying.
Jemmy was hot at them time, and Unity took off like a rocket.
I remember Unity.
I'm on Unity label. I have 2 free tracks on Unity label.
That is wow. Carl Newman in the studio. I'm having the interview with him, and we're actually going through the whole process of this guy's backstory in the music industry. It's unbelievable. I didn't even know he met all these people. I had that idea because he's very knowledgeable in that area. But to meet these artists at that age is a fantastic thing.
It's fantastic, Bridget. Now,
and this experience, isn't it?
I felt blessed all my life, Bridget. You know, I felt blessed because I come into it as a young Ras, you know, and I've seen so much. I mean, it would be nice if many of these artists got what was due to them, but they didn't.
As we said, again, due to the fact that they didn't have paperwork sorted, and that's due to management, really, and people looking out for them. But this is why it's important that you must know so you can manage yourself when it comes to your own royalties and your, you know, your PRS and all the rest of it, and make sure you got your things in place. Going on to my next question, Kaya. This one now, because we're bringing it up to speed, because now we're in 2025. I mean, that journey is unbelievable, from the 70s right the way up to the present day. Let's give thanks that Brian, we're here to talk about it. What's your view on reggae music in terms of the lyrical content? Do you think it is going in the right direction?
I think reggae music's always had a touch of controversy, and it's okay, but the violence and the vendetta and the ego, that needs to stop. You know, you can't make music personal. You know, you can't use it, you can't weaponize it. You see, because I was raised in the sound system, you know, I know what it's like to kill a sound boy. Because I've killed many a sound system, and many a sound system, big names today, they don't really like me because he was on that sound that night when we died. Because I kill a sound boy tonight, you know. So because I'm coming from that, it was okay on a dub plate. But the dub plate has become the record. So I want to murder you and kill you as a sound system is different from John who lives over the road. I want to blow his brains out, and then John sees me tomorrow and blows my brains out. It's a different thing. You know?
I mean, there's always been that kind of competition.
Yeah, the competition
with
is
sounds and people come on it, and it's just it's a gesture.
Yeah,
it's not actually taken seriously because it's about just the entertainment. It's just the way sound systems and people in our culture do things when we're playing music. You know, it's a little, and I do remember way back in the day they used to have these competitions. I mean, I don't know if you remember a sound called Emperor. My cousin used to hang
Mighty
around
Emperor.
with him, Mighty Emperor Cyrus.
That's my godfather in my life when it comes to music.
And I remember seeing
Daddy Joe, man.
Yeah, Daddy Joe. And I remember seeing
Mummy.
a
They
picture.
Raised me. They helped to raise me.
Yeah, I see a picture of him holding the cup. There was a cup dance. And I remember my cousin telling me this, and I was probably a young man then, them time. But again, I was around those people. I was just observing, but I didn't know what to do. You're just looking and looking at the excitement and think, wow, this is what part of our culture thing.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a thing where you had 300 men on the dance and it's a big fight.
No, I tell Rebel, Lenny Riley, Father Lenny. I used to voice on that sound all the time when I was underage, man. These real sound mans, King Edwards. You know, I was raised with those men, Beres Bassa and Hector. That's King Lord David, Moambasa sound. They raised me. They are my elders.
Wow.
You know? When I was all my young age, I don't listen to nobody apart from those big heads.
Wow. And obviously you're taking the right things from them, not necessarily the wrong things.
Not necessarily the wrong things.
Yeah, know? So and it's all life's experience when you're that age and you're growing up and you're just trying to explore your culture and know about your music and your people and how they move. And like we've always said, you know, the power's in the tongue. You're around good people, get good energy, you know. So let's go on to our next question. So what's new for Kaya Newman this year in terms of new releases? Now, I know you've said you've done some work before, but boy, and the thing is, with Kaya, right, I told Kaya, I think it was last year or the year before, it was in lockdown, I think. I said, so Kaya, but you got your new tunes. Next to me, ping, 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 ping. It's like 12 tune come true. And there's some tunes on there, and I'm like, I'm listening to these tunes, and I'm waiting for them to be. I think some of them are out.
Because you know, my personal life there. I could compare myself with any artist that's lyrical or addictive, because I'm addicted. So I got thousands of songs, and I've got hundreds recorded, and. So when I send you music, it's because I want you to hear that I'm still alive and this is how I feel and this is what I'm saying, you know? And you said to me, like, you should release that one, finish that one. And I'm saying, like, yes, I want to, you know? But then I still done some work with Supertech. That's what's happening for me at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Supertech is the main producer?
Supertech is the one who's released some singles for me so far, you know? When you feel like, you know, That
tune
Super Tech
when you
label.
feel like
Yeah.
I love that
Yeah.
track. That track there.
And don't give up on yourself.
Okay, that's another one.
Yeah, that Super Tech label.
Okay.
You know, and I'm working with Atula, a singer is in Jamaica, based in Jamaica. So my New Year's work projects will be with Bobby Digital.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking to fulfill those works with Bobby Digital right now.
Okay.
And Atula, yeah.
Okay. So
Mr. Heard.
So is there any release
Jermaine
dates,
Heard.
or are you going to keep that on the low at the moment?
Well, it's for me to fly out and finish some works and get things moving on. But at the moment, some of the products what you got, I'm looking to finish them and get them ready to come out by the end of this month.
Okay.
You know,
so look out for that.
And there will be some new stuff as well from Supertech. So look out for Supertech label.
Supertech label.
Yeah.
Okay. Lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely. Okay. So who? Well, I think we've actually covered that. Actually, who are you currently working with in terms of producer? You just mentioned Supertech and the rest of the guys there. So my next question is: have you been doing some shows and personal appearances lately? How is that going?
Well, since the COVID, I haven't really been concentrating on that side, because the sad thing what happened to me was that I call them my main producers and my personal brethren from when I was underage. We grew up together. Some of them is big. Charlie Collins, of Sir Collins Musical Downbeat. He passed away in that era, and we had a lot of work to fulfill and to do. So I have to still reach out to his family, condolences and all of that, and still find out, because there's quite a few things that is mine that is not with me.
Yeah.
And my other dear brethren, Roddy Ranks, he, from the Unity, he passed away. So I'm still working with Red Eye, producer Red Eye, for Unity label Red Eye. I'm still working with Red Eye, who is now Golden Eye.
Okay.
He's now Golden Eye. Look out for Golden Eye, bad producer. Wow. Yeah, and he also works with Supertech. So
so there's
so
bit of collaboration going.
Yeah, I lost my two main producers, and my dear brethren, I've got an album with him that hasn't been released, and I'm trying my best to finish it up now for myself. Yeah, because he passed away as well. I wasn't too well when he fell sick, and by the time I wanted to reach back out to him, he passed away.
Wow.
And I had a glands problem. I was losing weight and things like that. So, and that's Nearest Joseph.
Okay.
So big up to Nearest family. I miss him, and a long time I haven't seen you. Miss you. Gonna see you soon.
Yeah. Another fantastic producer.
The world got to get that album, because some of the tracks, they're out there already on other artists. But Nearest said, Kaya, land on these tracks. I did some vocals already at his place, but he passed. So I've got the vocals and I got the material. I'm going to continue and put them out. Yeah.
Just fulfilling what needs to be finished. Completion of the work.
Yeah.
Right. So, wow. Very, very interesting. So, as we said, we're in the studio with Cain Newman, looking at the history of his background in music and where he was and where he is now and what's happening. So look out for, as he said, Supertech and some other guys can put some tunes out and hopefully accomplish that at some point during the year. So, wow. If our listeners would like to book you for an event, where do they go to get your details? Or is it usually word of mouth?
Well, at the moment, it would be word of mouth, because I haven't really been planning to do any gigs. I've done a few spots for some local promoters want me to do some stuff. So I said yes. I haven't done nothing for a long time, and I wanted to brush off some cobwebs, So I got back out there and started enjoying myself. So I will be open for bookings, very, very soon. By next month, I'm going to be ready.
I'm going to be ready. So that leads up to the last
and I'll be getting on your case for some bookings as well.
Definitely. You know what? It's been a long time, because usually I call Kai up and the band to do some bookings because we used to have people who know me or worked in Newman for quite a long time.
Yeah, big
and
up
used
all
to
the reading
run.
squad, man. Then sorry to cut you.
Yeah, no, that's
Big up,
that's fine.
you
You
know,
got to big up the people in the area.
Mr. Right.
Yeah.
You know, big up Alco, big up the whole crew.
Yep. When we
You
used to
know?
do the Newham
Yeah.
Town show back in the day, which I enjoyed very much, especially watching the guys in from your own local borough actually doing work in the borough and people coming to enjoy those sessions.
Blessed.
So my last question is, when is your next appearance? Now you've said that once you've done your work, you will be out there at some point. So
yeah, I'm looking to be out there. From next month, I'm gonna be available.
wow, so it could be in the summer.
Yes, definitely looking to work hard in the summer. You know, because it's my life. I love it, and I want to get out there and get on with it. And hopefully, you'll be alongside.
That's it. Well, I was going to wrap it up. That's it. Thank you, Kai Newman, for coming into the studio today. It was a pleasure to listen to this guy's backstory and his journey through music. And remember this, guys, as much as we love our music and we like to do our work, please remember to get your paperwork in order. It benefits you in the long term. As you've seen the last couple of weeks, we've heard news on social media about certain artists now who are not here due to certain things that wasn't put into place. And just be mindful of who you're working with and how you move around when you're doing your business.
Keep safe.
And keep safe. That's it from me. Thank you very much for listening. Put your views and questions, or if you want to drop a message, drop it in the box. It's at the bottom there. You can see it running. And we'll catch up with you soon. I'm out of here. Thank you, Kyle.
Thank you, bro.